So there's a lot of talk about the third eye activation, third eye awakening, and what that's like and what it's going to do for you. So I wanted to give my perspective and my personal experience with this, and then I have a video, a short video that I want to show that's quite captivating. It's a very convincing documentation of the third eye actually being activated. So for anyone who doesn't know, the first thing I want to start with is saying the third eye is the sixth of the seven major chakras. It's the ajna chakra, and it's between the eyebrows here on the forehead. So the thing that's important about it, the quality of the third eye, is vision and its connection of the individual self to higher consciousness. Now, that could be considered God or Jesus, Christ consciousness, the Buddha consciousness, the higher self, guides, animal spirits, all of that. That's all meant to be received and communicated through the third eye. So that's the function of the third eye. Now, the activation of it, as I see most people on YouTube, they talk about you might get headaches, or sleep is this way, or, like it's all these like kind of like very subtle in some sense, but then also not quantifiable. It's just like, I feel like my third eye is opening. Well, I'll say for sure, when the third eye is opened, it is unmistakable. Now there's an opening, and then there's open, and from the open position, it goes on and on. Now for me personally, I'm going to say that the opening of the third eye does not have to be psychedelic. The connection to higher states of consciousness and higher intelligence does not have to have a psychedelic nature to it. It can be a whisper, and for someone like me, that's important. Now, I have had the fractals and the colors and all the fireworks before. Luckily, that's not the way that it always is for me. Now, my partner, she is like that, and you should check her out, Redbird Oracle. I'll link that. But the thing for her is that it can be an overwhelming experience to have that door wide open, and so it's something to be really careful about. Now, that all being said, I think that allowing the third eye to open in an organic way is important, because it's not that you want to force it open as if it's closed because you're being punished. It's closed to save you, to almost like protect you from all that information inundating you all the time. It's overwhelming. It would be like, having 1,000 TVs blasting, channeled into various parts of the universe all the time. I mean, what would that be like? Just to try to imagine why it's for most people, it's for their own good that the third eye is quite closed, and that only with certain esoteric practices and intention can you open it, and you want to slowly open it. Now, that all being said, I happen to find the most profound opening in the safest way through breathwork. So my other openings through meditation, very, very, very gentle, very subtle. And then through plant medicine, not gentle at all and not subtle. But there's a cost to that. There's a cost to using plants to open these gates. And I'll go into that in a later video. But the breath work, very, very safe, very powerful. And that's the clip that I'm about to show you is the aftermath, we'll say, or the effect of doing only about 3 minutes of breath work. And this happened. So I'd like to invite anyone who's had a similar experience to share that, because as far as I know, the physical manifestation of the third eye activation is never discussed, or I've never seen it. I've only heard about the more like intuitive perception of the opening. So I'd like for people who believe that they do have experience with this to reach out and build community around this, because it's an amazing process. So please enjoy the video.
after doing breath work, I felt like my third eye was super activated, and now I find out it's actually physically pulsing. I've never seen this before. I felt it a lot. Oh, and it stopped. I felt it in various times, but I've never actually seen it. Never thought to look.
So that's my interpretation of that event, that there's this physical pulsing, the body is reacting to the energy transferring through. Now, in that experience, it wasn't clear to me that it was necessarily a reception of information or a clearing out of information, really vibrations, energetic junk. More than likely, it was both, and I'm happy to experience that. And it's a pleasure. It's a pleasant thing. It's not painful. I've had more like a pin prick kind of feeling, but this pulsing was actually pretty pleasant. And it's common, I think, that when you start telling your body that you want this to open and that you are ready to receive in this way, that it is relatively gentle, it will start activating in this way. Thanks for watching.